All right. What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Onyx here at Going Full Nerd. Sunday, 6 p.m. You could be any place in the world, but you're right here with me. Let me go ahead and make this music a little bit lower in my ear. I think we're doing a little bit better now. Let's take that music down. That's a little hype. Hey, what's going on? I'm just glad that everybody could take the time to go ahead and take a listen as I record my podcast once again this week. It is your boy Onyx here at Going Full Nerd. And as always, we got to do the administrative stuff. We got to do the stuff that we always do every week, and that is the shameless plug. So if you understand the shameless plug, I'm ready to kind of drop the shameless plug on you. The shameless plug is if you're watching the recording of the podcast live on YouTube, make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the bell, ding, 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 so you can get the notifications at youtube.com/goingfullnerd. Also, if you're watching this video right now, please hit the thumbs up, hit the like. That way I can know you're there, or just join in on the live chat. If you want to listen to the podcast in the future, you may not be able to get away. You go to anchor.fm/goingfullnerd and you can listen to the podcast on the podcasting application that I record and post to. You can also check it out on Apple Podcasts. You can also check it out on Spotify, and you can also ask Alexa to play Going Full Nerd on iHeartRadio or wherever you consume your local podcast. Then, lastly, but not least, you can kind of follow me being just that jackass all week on Twitter, and that's Onyx, ONYXXX1969. I make no qualms about being that guy talking smack all week. That's what I do. That's how I do it. It is what it is. Whoo! And also, you can see it. Please check out for comic book news, related information coming from straight from the source, coming from Warner Brothers, coming from Disney, coming from Marvel, coming from DC, coming from Action Lab, Valiant, IDW, independent comic book creators, and all that good stuff. Check it out on goingfullnerd.com. Whew, that was a lot. I think I got it all out. Hey, everybody, this is the last broadcast of 2019. This is the last recorded podcast of 2019. Maybe not. Maybe not. I may record something, but it is really not going to drop till after the first. But it's all good. It's all good. We're going to kick 2020 off right when it's time to do our thing. And, hey, it is what it is. Join me live New Year's Eve. Join me here. I'm gonna pop in before I go out and partake of the festivities, but that's going to be our annual subscription drive. I'm going to just let it run. I'm going to let the music play. I'm going to have a whole bunch of my videos going all night. We'll do it on a watch party on Facebook and all that good stuff. and you could just join in, put your chat in, wish Happy New Year and all that good stuff. I think I'll figure out how to do that. It may crash, who knows, who cares? We'll make it work one way or the other. So let's get into this week. This week, the rise of Skywalker. Now, I'm going to tell you, I let this slide. I let this slide. But Rise of Skywalker, as I do my top 5 domestic box office, it is number 1 once again. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars fandom. We're going to spoil Rise of the Skywalker because it's been out a week. You should have already seen it and all that good stuff. But listen, top 5 box office coming at you quick for this weekend. Last weekend of 2019. Coming in at number 1, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. It pulled $72 million this weekend. $72 million. Pretty cool. Coming in at number 2 is Jumanji, The Next Level. You can actually check out my review of that on the YouTube channel. You can check my review of that on the podcast. Jumanji, The Next Level pulled $35.3 million this weekend. I guess The Rock and Kevin Hart did a little something. Coming in at number 3 is Little Woman, pulling $16.5 million. Little Women, okay. Not going to see it. Anyway. Coming in at number 4, Frozen 2, pulling $16.5 million. And coming in at number 5 is the other newcomer. Little Women was the newcomer this week. The other one is the Will Smith, Tom Holland animated feature. Yeah, Spies in Disguise. Tom Holland turns Will Smith into a pigeon. Okay, I'm not even going to get into that. That pulled $13.2 million. Top 5 box office domestic. Let me give a holler to my man Omar. What's happening? Glad you could join in. Make sure you drop that like on the video. And let's go ahead and talk. Let's talk, folks. Let's talk. We're talking Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker. I got my notes. Now, I'm going to tell you, this movie, it didn't disappoint me. It didn't. A lot of people were disappointed. I wasn't disappointed, but I will say it did not blow me away. Rise of Skywalker did not blow me away. Now, here's the key. Where, as Star Wars fans, whether casual or those who are like really deep into it, okay, where do we stand now that the Skywalker saga, quote unquote, is done? The big reveals. We know the big reveals by now. If you've been on the internet or seen the movie, the big reveals were done. What is going on? What's happening? You had a week to get to the movie theater, so don't get mad if I spoil something for you. Don't get upset. Don't lose your mind. But this is the thing, and this is what I'm going to say. Every fan base, okay, they have their toxic members. I mean, it is what it is. You can't enjoy a movie for pure enjoyment of entertainment value. Okay, I try to talk about movies based on entertainment value. Okay, great. I'm good with that and all that. But I hate to say it. Star Wars fans, they're included in this because every series of story within Star Wars has individuals who are never happy. I'm one of them. I'm never happy. I'm not happy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not happy. And a lot of people try to make sense of every little fantasy element inside the story. Where did it come from? Let me get the backstory. Let me get the history. You can't do that in 2 hours, folks. You can't. Okay? Star Wars, unlike comic books, is one of those things where you don't have a rich, drawn out history. Let's think about it. Some people will argue with me. Yeah, we got 9 movies. We got different TV shows. We got comic books. We got videos. We got cartoons. We've got all this stuff. But here goes the problem. When Disney picked it up, they said a lot of this didn't matter. The books, they don't know this is canon, this is not. So you got people like me who are confused. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I'm confused here. I don't know what's going on. You got Disney Plus TV shows. You got cartoon shows, Clone Wars, Rebels. You got all this stuff. You got these extended universe books, which some are real, some aren't. you know, Lucasfilm sold this and did that. It gets confusing. It makes you lose your mind. But let's draw it in a little bit. Let's reel this in a little bit. Okay. I'm going to say it. I really feel bad for writers. Okay. I feel bad for those who choose to be writers as their profession. Okay. The reason why I feel bad for writers is because they have to try their best. Okay. They have to try their best to kind of stick to a history. They have to try to put it together. And I also feel bad for directors who have to keep a vision in line with the character's history. It is what it is. You gotta dig it. You gotta sit back and you gotta look and you say, wait a minute, let me make sure this fits what happened in the past, but I gotta put my own flavor onto it. I mean, I feel sorry for directors out there, except for Zack Snyder. I don't, I don't feel bad for Zack Snyder. I don't. I don't. I don't. So anybody asking for the Snyder cut and all that, I ain't feeling bad for you. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not feeling bad for him. But anyway, let's get this going on. So I let the Rise of Skywalker marinate in my system for a week. And the reason why I say marinate, I'm not going to sit here and say marinate because for those who are negative on it, I would say fester. Okay. But what I am going to say is this, all right? Before I get in on this, I want to overall say, okay, I want to overall say I liked the movie as a whole. Now that's going to start a whole bunch of crap, and I know it will. Some people be like, "Well, how can you like it if you got so many things bad with it?" And this happened. I didn't say that I loved the movie. I just said I liked it. I went into the movie theater. I saw a movie. I had fun with the movie. I came out and I did not feel cheated. Does that make sense, folks? When you can go into a movie and feel that you weren't cheated. That's the key. You don't have to love it. You don't have to wholeheartedly endorse it. You just got to come out the theater saying, I was entertained. That's the key. All right? So, here's the thing. I liked the movie, didn't love it. Had action, loved the action, okay? Here goes the thing. All right? I had the emotional. I mean, was on when Carrie Fisher was on screen, I got choked up. I felt some sort of way. Then I would think to myself, well, they had she really they used old footage to put her in the movie, make sense of it. So they already started off with a hurdle they had to overcome. You see what I'm saying? So for it to still be an entertaining movie, we're good. We're okay at this point. I got my choked up moments. I had a little tear in my eye. But now let's go on. Let's continue on. Let's talk about it. Now, online, I've been reading. I know I shouldn't listen to Twitter. I like to go on there and start mess too. I shouldn't listen to stuff on Facebook. I like to go on there and start mess too. But here goes the deal. All right. It's been said that the fans dictated what happened in this film, especially concerning direction of certain characters, concerning Luke, Leia, Han, Kylo Ren, Rey, Finn, and Rose. Okay, it said fans really the fan uprisings from the last Star Wars film, The Last Jedi. Was it The Last Jedi? Yeah. It becomes a blur because it was return, last, first, force, ah, whatever. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna do that. And some people are gonna be mad because like I just dropped a review on the Mandalorian, and people were mad because I did not know of the dark saber that my man Giancarlo Esposito was wielding at the end. They didn't they were upset with me because I didn't watch, like someone commented in the video, 40 hours worth of cartoons, so I knew what that was. It is what it is. Okay, but anyway, so here's the thing. Sometimes I think that the studios try to cater too much to different interest groups. Okay. And when they do that, it takes away from the film. Okay. It puts too much focus on the little elements and not enough focus on the characters that you've been trying to establish. Case in point, so many fans were trying to have Finn and Poe be an item. Yo, do you? This is my thing. Do you? Your choices. It's all good. But did we don't need that to have these characters, relatable. Okay? Let them be, hey, they're friends, they're buddies, okay? You didn't have to have a romantic thing between Finn and Ray. Wasn't happening. You know, come to come to realize it wasn't a romantic thing between Finn and Ray. It was a romantic thing between Kylo and Ray. What? The whole theater went crazy when they saw that. But anyway, here goes the thing. Let's throw it out here. All right. Let's talk the good parts of The Rise of Skywalker. Let's talk the good parts. Okay, good parts. First of all, I got to see my man Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian, you scoundrel. I am so glad to see it. Billy D is big, back, and better than ever. And I was just waiting for him with that smooth voice to say he had a Colt 45 ready for Finn to just kick back, take a sip, and fight the Empire or the First Order, as you want to call it, whatever. But anyway, that was kind of cool being able to see Lando and all that good stuff. Now, I will say one more thing. Every lightsaber battle, every time a lightsaber flared up, the choreography, slam it. The fight sequences, slam it. The use of force, slam it. I was like, oh, it's like that now. The action, the throwdowns. This movie had all of the action that you will want to see. I mean, it started off hype. And and it didn't slow down. It slowed down some once you got to the end, but it did not slow down all the way through. So it is what it is at that point. Now, the introduction of these new characters, Finn, Rey, Poe, Kylo Ren, that was the best part. I really say I'm a little disappointed in the outcome on what they did with Adam Driver's character, aka Kylo Ren. You know, I think they could have gone further with that character. I think they could have did some things, especially with the redemption arc that they rocked at. And I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to get it away from the Skywalker clan that we knew from the Giddy Up. Okay, so all trace elements of the Skywalkers, and that's kind of jacked up. The rise of Skywalker. Well, they got the rise of Skywalker, but you eliminated the bloodline. Spoiler alert, you eliminated the bloodline. That's cool. I'm cool with that. It is what it is. 9 movies, cut it off. Now you can take it in any direction you want. Fine. Okay. But the way they dropped Kylo's ass so fast, it just messed me up. But that's cool. I dig that. I dig that. Okay. Obviously, special effects, great. Watching the fight scenes, great. Knowing that the story elements they introduced could be made into their own either series on Disney Plus or into subsequent movies. Like, I really like to know more about the stormtroopers that rebelled. Okay, I'm really digging that. I would like to see more about Finn. Really digging that. I could dig that. That's cool. All right. But let's go here. Characters they left out. People were so upset. They left out Rose, who held a big part in the previous movie, but they left her out. Okay, great. But she wasn't one of the main joints. The main joints, Poe, Finn, Rey. I mean, it is what it is. Poe, Finn, Rey. Rose was cool. She had a good part in that second movie, but she wasn't introduced in The Force Awakens. She was not introduced in that. Therefore, she wasn't going to be around for the whole trilogy. I know, hey, we introduced Lando Calrissian in Empire Strikes Back. It took a while for him to be put back in. He was in Empire, he was in Return of the Jedi. Okay? Did we see him in Force Awakens? No. Did we see him in what's that? The last one? The last one, okay, yeah, the Force Awakens, and then I really didn't like the last one. And you can see the review I put up on YouTube. I really didn't dig the last one, but this one, it's like okay, yeah, it took what you saw Lando in 2 movies, and then it's been forever. You ain't seen him again. Okay, they did a young Lando in Solo, big deal. Okay, here's the thing. Question that my man Omar put up. Should the studios cater so heavily to the fans? And I'm going to say this. Yes, they should if it's within the story. Okay? Star Wars history is so muddled. How can you cater to the fans? Because the fans are all over the place. That's the problem. It's different from like say an Avengers. It's different from a Justice League, okay? You have certain linear stories that have been told over a number of years, way longer. What is it? Marvel Comics is 80 years. DC Comics is over what 90, 100 years, whatever, getting there. So it is what it is. There's no Baby Yoda in the Rise of Skywalker. Thank goodness. Let him stay in the Mandalorian. Let him kick it in the Mandalorian. Let Jason Sudeikis keep smacking babies in the Mandalorian. I'm digging it. Okay? I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So, let's go on. Let's continue on. Okay? Let's roll this out. What else is good about the Rise of Skywalker? The thing about the Rise of Skywalker, it kind of it closed the story of Luke, Leia, and Han. It did close that story. But it opened up so many questions as how do you do this? Why are you doing this? What the heck happened here? Okay? Supreme Leader Snoke. We thought he was going to be a big bad from The Force Awakens. Come to find out he's just a cloned body. Wasn't really all that. Okay? We come to find out that we thought Emperor Palpatine was done in Empire Strikes in Return of the Jedi. We thought he was done. We thought he was gone. Yet he shows up old as hell, hooked up to a machine, looking like somebody out of the Matrix. Come on, man. I mean, that was a cop out? That was a 100% cop out to me. That's a bad part. Okay? The pace of the movie, it was so fast. Boom, 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 boom. That could have been a turnoff for a lot of people. It didn't slow down to breathe until the end. Okay? Now, it introduced a whole bunch of new characters, new droids, new planets, new plot threads. It was hard to keep track of all this stuff. Okay, I want to know about the stormtroopers that rebel. That was awesome. Okay, what did Finn want to tell Rey? Okay, we find out that Poe was a smuggler. I mean, mind blown. Bam. Okay, come on now. Too much stuff. Too many loose plot threads to be calling yourself tying up a story. Okay, I mean that's the thing. Now, it did a good thing, I mean, some people say it's a good thing because basically the Rise of Skywalker took the last Star Wars movie, okay? The last Star Wars movie. It took the last one and pretty much said, it pretty much said to hell with Rian Johnson and his directing. That's what it said. That's what it said. It said that, and basically, that's what it did. Okay? It basically told us that, it basically said The Last Jedi was crap. That's what it did. All right? That's what it told us. Now, people are asking, how did the Emperor come back? I don't know. They showed him He was, pardon my language, but he was effed up. He was jacked up, missing fingers and all that stuff, you know? And that's the thing. It's like, okay, you finally got rid of the emperor. But, it gave us no true thing. Was it cloning? What they had him hooked up to the machines, life saving? Who found him? And then you got a planet of Sith that look like Planet of the Ape rejects? What happened to the Sith rule of two that they talked about? It's confusing. Even for somebody that doesn't follow it super deep. Okay? I remember watching the movies, and I'm only talking the movies. I'm not talking the TV shows and all this stuff. I'm just talking the movies. People who just go to the movies to see the stuff. So here's the deal. What happened? How did Emperor Palpatine survive? When you threw me off the thing. Like, come on, man. You know, I'm just saying. I'm like, wow, the dark side has more power than anyone could ever imagine. I'm like, really? I have all of the Sith Lords inside me. That's, come on, man. Come on. Obviously, you didn't have Darth Maul in you, because now I'm confused. Because now, if I start thinking about the cartoons I watch, which they say are part of the story, which are canon, Darth Maul showed up. So how is Darth? He was Sith. Confusing. Confusing. Okay, just like Rey, all of the Jedi. They went through all of the Jedi. I saw a meme online, and it was showing the scene, telling you which Jedi said what during the final scenes with Rey, and somebody put with Sam Jackson, kick this mother there. I thought I would cry. But anyway, that's the deal, folks. That's the feel. A couple of things about the Force really messed me up. She jumping over X-Wings. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. But this instant Force transmission, like they took a little Dragon Ball Z, not teleporting, but they sending weapons through the Force. Now, that's what we do. We teleporting stuff through the Force now. That's how it is. I need somebody. Hey, if if the Force is within us all, somebody need to teleport me $1,000,000. Cause I feel a little slighted with that one. That was like a plot. Like, come on, really? Yeah, look, it's like Fast and Furious. Confusing timeline. This dude got killed, so we're gonna go back and no. But the Force teleportation stuff is killing me. It's killing me. All right, check this out now. So the biggest question before I wrap all of this up, and give you what I think about the Rise of Skywalker as a rating, as a nerd rating. Okay, here we go. You ready for this? I just want to know. If you haven't seen it and you ticked off about spoilers, I'm gonna give you the biggest spoiler of them all, and that is, who is Rey's family. They said she was a nothing. They said she was nobody. Previous two movies, we found out it's a big lie. We got the big reveal. She is the granddaughter, spoiler, Emperor Palpatine. Why? Hold on. Let me take a drink on this one. So if you have not watched this, and so if you watch this, and I'm going to say, she is Emperor Palpatine's granddaughter. That is not my problem with this movie. That is not the issue. That is not my problem. I'm cool with that. Where my problem arises, where I've got an issue, okay? Where my issue is this, okay? You ready for this? I'm going to give you my issue. Here's my issue. Who was giving up the cookies to Emperor Palpatine? I want to know. Because if you look, go back, do a Google search, folks. Y'all know what Emperor Palpatine looked like after, what is it, from after A New Hope. He was jacked up. That's a rough looking dude. That dark force power just kind of ate him away. I come to the dark side. You will always have power. Come on, man. Come on. Work with me here. Now, the reason why I say it's an issue is because the dark side power twisted him, right? Twisted his body. They established that in the movies, not in the extra material, not in all that. They established that in the movie. So, if you look at the ages, okay, look at the ages. When was his kids conceived? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so here goes my line. Here goes my line. Okay, who was desperate enough to hook up with the emperor? I just want to know. I just want to know because Rey's parents. Someone has told me that if you look at the script or something, the son, Rey's father, was Palpatine's son. I want to know who is Palpatine's woman. That's what I want to know. I need somebody to tell me, show me, get me a video, get me an extra show, get me a book. I want to see I want to know what kind of game Palpatine had. Okay, because he had some smooth game looking like he did. Hey, I got my TIE fighter back here. You could hop on in. We could roll out. I got a Death Star, and we could do some things. No, no. I can see Anakin with Luke and Leia. Anakin was a good looking dude when him and Padme were hooking up. Just saying. Han Solo and Leia. Han Solo was a good looking dude when they were hooking up. Okay? But Palpatine. I mean, I'm not the best looking dude in the world, but I think I got Palpatine beat. Work with me here. And you don't say cloning. No. Don't give me that mess. I mean, I'm just saying. Somebody get me that. The force was strong and it was wrong. Yes, exactly, Ron. Exactly. But anyway, let's get to the main gist. I know what y'all came here. Yo, no. I do not want to see the Pornhub version of Palpatine. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. He seduced Anakin to the no, Anakin can't have a kid. Yeah, he seduced Anakin. So I don't know what the dark side doing. Then the other question I got is if the Sith had a planet full of Sith people, okay, in a part of the galaxy that nobody could get to, my thing is why didn't they show up sooner instead of trying to infiltrate? But that I don't know. I'm happy. I got 9 movies out of it. But let's get your boy Onyx is going to give you my overall reaction rating out of 5 nerds. I give Rise of the Skywalker 3.5 nerds. Yes, I gave it 3.5. Do you want to go see it? Yes, because it's a history thing. It's a history making thing. If you've watched all of the Star Wars movies, you got to watch this to say you got the full effect, and you're going to feel one way or the other. I gave it 3.5. It's a little bit better than average. The lightsaber battles and all of that, it gave me what I wanted out of the movie, which was an enjoyable time going out, eating some popcorn, having a couple of drinks with the wife. It was perfect. It was awesome. But I will say, as far as a coherent storyline, by just watching the movies, I think Star Wars failed us as a whole when it came to the movie. Okay? And it is what it is. Well, yeah, the Force can mind control people, but I'm sorry. There's no so much, you're going to give up the cheeks. There's so much. I try that. I used to try that when I was single. Try it when. Anyway, that's that's a story for another day on another YouTube channel, not this one. I'm trying to stay somewhat within the censors, but it is all good. But anyway, everybody, I appreciate everybody coming out, checking it out. I will invite you to check out my review of the last episode of the first season of Mandalorian. I'm going to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. That video blew up. It got over 3,000 views, which is pretty darn awesome. I really appreciate it. Hey, if everybody that's watching the video right now, if you do me a favor, please click the like button. Hit that like. I can see it pop up when you do it right now. If you do it, really appreciate it. That helps get my videos in front of others. Also, remember, shameless plug time. Check me out on YouTube. Check me out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you consume your podcast. Last and not least, if you can't say anything nice about somebody, please don't say it at all. Send me the note. Let me talk about them. And Happy New Year before that, since this is the last show for 2019, the last live stream on a Sunday for 2019. I may do another live stream before New Year's Day. I don't know. I might feel some kind of way tomorrow. But anyway, y'all, as always, peace, y'all. And I'm out of here. Remember, hit them likes. Remember, check out goingfullnerd.com. And it is time for me to hit the funky outro. Boom.